Okay, so here's a problem, and it wants you to figure out the concentration of a solution, and it's a titration problem. So in the problem, you're given a 75 milliliter solution with an unknown concentration, and the solution is hydrochloric acid. So I drew that here, and I wrote what I was given, and then it is going to be titrated with calcium hydroxide, and you were given your volume and your molarity, and so I wrote that here, and then I converted the milliliters to liters because that's what we're going to be dealing with. And then whenever you see titration, the equation that needs to come to mind is M1V1 equals M2V2. And then when dealing with molarity, moles, and liters, this is the equation that relates everything, and you can move it around how you need it to be moved around. And then, okay, so the next thing that you need to do, or the first thing that you should do really, is write your balanced equation. And so you're given hydrochloric acid plus CaOH, and then to do this, you actually, to get calcium chloride, you have to move like this goes with this, and then these two go together, if that makes sense, when you're writing a balanced equation like this. So, and then you have to use your coefficients to balance the equation. So after you do that, then you can figure out your moles of calcium hydroxide because you're given this information. And then once you plug that into this equation, you can just move the liters and multiply it by molarity to give you the moles. So there you can find the moles of calcium hydroxide. So once you have that, all you have to do is set up a stoichiometry equation and use the coefficients from calcium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid and relate them together, because you know for every 1 mole of calcium hydroxide, you're going to have 2 moles of hydrochloric acid. So once you do that, you're using the same equation right here, but you're going to set up stoichiometry, and then from there you get your moles of hydrochloric acid. And then after you have that, it's really simple because you already know your moles now and you know your volume, so you just have to plug it into this equation to figure out your molarity. And once you do that, you divide moles of this by 0.075 liters and gives you your molarity of hydrochloric acid.